We are once again doing another arm training video with me and Morgan, because we just love the gun run. But today I'm going to focus a lot on explaining why we choose certain machines and why we like them. So let's go. So this is my favorite pre-workout that HG has. It's the Nick Walker Vaillant 002 Stim Free. And Nick Walker himself came out with the formula while he was doing cardio. On guys seeing his kratom, he had a kratom vision. And through that vision, the formula came to him. And then he made this wonderful pre-workout. And that's a true story. So he went to the source, saw the spirit of kratom, which is a little elf that looks like glycerine for some reason, and then came up with this. It has a serving of creatine and a bunch of citrulline. That's all I need for, that's the basic for pump pre-workout. And I'm sure it's gonna work again today, as it always does. So I always do arms prosthetic. And here we're using this nice cable station by Life Fitness, but most of them will work. Rope, push down for the extra little twist at the end, good contraction. And we're gonna do cable curls with the Easy Bar. Easy Bar because, when you first start your workout, maybe you're not as warmed up, it's gonna hurt if you do like a straight bar, in my opinion. So we do the Easy Bar for that. And it's a little bit easier on the joints than a barbell if you do the cable. And also, the tension starts right at the bottom, because the barbell here, there's not that much tension. And I find if you want to have a good contraction, there's a lot of shoulder involved. So with this, see how he's doing it? Perfectly done. Good stretch, tension throughout, big contraction. So we start light, we go back and forth to get a pump. Oh, so what you do in a multi-station, the more there is pulleys, the easier it is. So see, this one is an extra pulley here. The one on the other side is way harder because there's no pulleys on the stack. So let's say this is like a 57.5. I don't know if it's pounds or kilograms, but
definitely
pounds, yeah. But sometimes it says like 100 and it feels like 20 pounds. Because each plate is actually 10 pounds, I think. So, or 5 pounds, I guess. See that?
7.5.
5.
Small ones are 5.
Oh yeah, there you go. Bodybuilder math. But the cables really, there's no point in trying to do a lot of weight on these because it's an easy movement. When we were younger, you would like do the whole stack. Ugh. But as you get older, you understand what the most important thing when doing arms is not the weight, is the pump.
Let's go, big pumps.
Yep. If you just let your shoulders loose and bend forward a little bit, you remove all the shoulders from the movement. If you want more shoulder, to have that extra contraction, you lay back a little bit and bring it up a little bit more. So that's a bit more shoulder activation, but maybe a bigger contraction. And this is really isolated. Oh, I'm done. For the second superset, we're gonna do some curls on the preacher bench here with the Pinata overhead French press. But I don't wanna have the preacher side. I want this side here, but then the mirrors here. But do not fear. Pinata right here, a little spinaroo system here, so you can really go over here and hang. And I like to combine the hammers and the supinated, so we're gonna do that. There's also a little thing here, put it to the highest because Morgan is pretty tall. So I'm gonna have my dumbbell here. I'm gonna do like 6 to 8, 6 to 8. Or you could do supinated or a hammer, it doesn't matter. What I like to do though is I would like to let my shoulder hang. So that's the point of going from the vertical slope like that. That's a good machine right here. It's pretty rare you get these like fancy machines because you need a gym with a lot of space, because if you don't have a lot of space, you're not gonna find machines like that. But here at Pure we do. And if you reach Pure Muscle Athletics, they will be able to find something like that. If it's not Pinata, I think New Tech will have a bunch of crazy arm stuff that I've seen, and they're gonna be coming here very soon. But yeah, we start light because there's a lot of tension on the elbow doing that. So I always like to do a little lighter weight to like test my elbow. Am I hurting today or am I not? And then I increase the weight accordingly.
The same with me. Like on the first like 5 reps there, I was hurting.
Yeah.
And then like every rep, it got a little bit better.
Exactly.
And then the last rep, no pain. So
yeah,
that means we can fire it today.
We can fire it up.
Yep.
Let's see if I can fire it up too. So here, there's different grips on that. Morgan was using this because he's more comfortable like that, but I'm flexible enough to do this one here with the elbows as close as possible. Like this, big stretch, extend up. And you always want to try to put the elbows parallel, but as you get bigger, it becomes harder. Just don't let them loose. Just consciously keep them near your head. Even if it looks like that, you gotta do this. So it's stable and aligned with the wrist and shoulders. So yeah, elbows looking good so far. A lot of the time it's like I do warm-up sets and I do field sets where you're not gonna get a lot of work done, but you get used to the movement. And you ready yourself for the real sets that's gonna happen soon. Nice. So I have this is the bicep I tore the last, and it looks good now, but I feel it's a little bit weaker sometimes, so I start with this one to gauge the weight I'm gonna use. So I set 6 to 8 like this, and when I do that, let it hang like I said. I like to align the shoulder with the elbow with the wrist, like that. Boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you twist like that, let it hang. Boom, 1, 2, 3. And I like to like reach the floor a little bit, extend, and then curl it back. So maximum stretch, big contraction, bicep and brachialis and forearm is isolated. There's no shoulder work here at all. Oh, there we go. All right, that burns. 8, 9, boom, boom, boom. Or that. So you know, you're a bodybuilder one, show the back of your forearm. When you ask the tattoo artist to not tattoo the big vein, so when you get a pump, it's like a 3D tattoo. See that?
Shout out to my tattoo artist though. I didn't even have to tell him that. He just kind of did that.
He did that?
Yeah, he did that. He was just looking out for me. Because that's a nasty vein. He's like, we don't want to cover that up. I was like, you're right, we don't.
Yeah. How cool would it be if a guy would do like full sleeves, but all the veins, you leave them out.
You just need to stay shredded all year round though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, who doesn't want to be shredded all year round?
Yeah, I guess so.
When I'm retired, I'm either gonna be really fat or shredded all year round.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Yeah. Hopefully really shredded.
Rich Piana did the obliques, shaping up the abs like that.
I remember watching a video of him, and a lot, he said a lot of his tattoos were contoured around his muscles like on purpose. Because he was like huge before he got like any tattoos, right?
Oh yeah, I remember his
remember when he won he won Mr. California one year?
Yeah.
That was like his best look ever.
Yeah.
He was huge.
I know.
Big dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like back then they were really big. All the caliber was pretty good.
Caliber was good. I do feel like these days people can reach a different level of condition than they did back then. I don't think conditioning was like as sought after it is these
I think
days.
the best guys today are in better condition than the best guys before, for sure.
I agree, yeah, I agree.
But I think the genetics pool of like the bodybuilding was like way higher because it wasn't diluted with all the other classes. So for example, the best physique of classic right now, if they didn't have a choice with the open, I think they would still be up there.
Yeah.
Right, like Urs, for example.
I
It's
agree.
like he almost would be better off if he did open because he lose too much muscle, in my opinion, when he dives down. Because it's bodybuilding, not body reducing. But back then there was none of that, so it was like all the best of the world would always go just to bodybuilding for men. It's the only class they had. Big Mo was like hungry for tricep gains. Hup, hup, hup. 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 Okay. Ho! So for the third superset, we're gonna do the Nautilus single arm preacher machine curl with the banana dips, right?
Yep.
And the reason why we're doing this one here, kind of the same reason as the other one. So if you're a really big guy, like I can barely hold my hands like that normally, right? So if you're really big, it's pretty hard to be like freely moving with that. You're kind of like stuck a little bit. But if you open up and you do one arm at a time, plenty of room to concentrate on a good stretch and contraction. So this is why we usually always opt for the one arm. But if it wasn't for this one, my favorite two arm is the Atlantis preacher curl. My favorite one arm in the gym here is the Nautilus right here. For more information, Pure Athletics will help you out. So if you do partials with that, it's really effective. You can even do it until like the weight barely moves anymore. That's a total failure set for sure. This is why I can see that my right arm is stronger. Because I tore this one in 2019. And see that I'm still doing full reps. And then the other one actually fell a lot quicker. But it's fine because the size of it, can't really tell that I tore them. The only time I can really tell is like with the strength, or if I'm like this. There's a slightly bigger gap here than before, like that. But I had one before also, but this is the only difference I see. But unless I'm like that, or doing a crab, whatever, you can't really tell that I tore it, so it doesn't matter. I just gotta be careful, not do anything crazy, and they're pretty solid now, I think. So here, if you want to do chest, you kind of stay forward, do more partial movement. If you want to do tricep, as you press, I like to stand straighter. So it's like a really good contraction around my triceps. So I let the shoulders go up, put them back down in the socket, straighten down, extend the arms, flex the tricep. Hup. Hup. I bend forward just to let them stretch up, but as soon as I put my shoulder blades back down, I'm gonna start standing straight back up with flexing the tricep. Hoop. And I like to slow down the bottom here. This part here is where there's a lot of tension on the tricep. So instead of going like that and leaving, I go here, slow it down, and really flex hard. The cool thing with this too is that there's like you can do it unilaterally, or you can even stand up, flex the tricep like that, from the back like this, or you can do like unilateral at the same time. So it's pretty cool. And if you're doing chest, you can do this here for a wider grip, or if you're shorter, or smaller, you can do this for like a tighter grip. But I like this one here. Put my wrist right there, which is harder than putting them right here, by the way. But this is where I get the most feeling, the most contraction. So, and the bench also turns to the other side, so I get another angle on it. So it's pretty cool, cool machine. Okay. Up. Yep. I think I'm dead.
Yeah, that was on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Finish it.
Oh. Oh. All right, so we did 1, 2, that's a 4 superset for this arm workout. And I really like this Nautilus. I think it's called a what's this called? Functional shit. It's on the screen. There you go. And I like because it switches. I'll show you on the other side. So right here, this means that the lowest flip switch is the weight. So that's like 27 pounds. So I'll show you the movement here. So he was doing the bicep over there, but we're doing like a double push down, cable push down, like crossover like that. Like it's a different feel. Instead of pressing down, you're pressing diagonal a little bit. It's a little bit wider, a little bit lower, but it's really cool. Also, if you're bodybuilding, you could be also like before doing a lat spread or a back double, bang, trying to flex your tricep like that. Can be a multi-purpose. It's a cool movement. A lot of tension here, tension a lot here. And then you can do that too. Once you're like tired, you can put your arms together and just push down like that. The bicep here, double bicep curls. So I think if you step forward like that, that will have the biggest stretch in your bicep because now they're really, really stretched. And then you curl from the giant stretch like that, flex. That's one way to do it. Really, really isolates them too. To back up, partials. Yep. Oh. So that's the last superset. So that's been like kind of our arm workout, but we might switch some stuff. Like today, we're doing this instead of the overhead one arm and one arm cable curl. But usually that's what we do. Nothing like crazy as far as weight goes, but the pump is pretty significant. But like I said before, there's many ways to skin a cat, but the cat today stood no chance. The pump is achieved, workout is done, and you gotta try this workout yourself and enjoy the pump.